Hello, folks. This is a sports news. June 30th, 2025. We have some Steelers news. Plus, we have a new member of the Pac 12 conference, as well as a lot of free agency news, including the NBA and the NHL. So, we got a lot to talk about. So, let's get to the news in Pittsburgh. So, earliest news today, the big story is the Dolphins are trading Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, a 2027 seventh round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers for Minka Fitzpatrick and a 2027 fifth round pick. Now, Ramsey will also get a $1.5 million raise. And I want to talk about it because I think Steelers fans are going to go, yay, but then what? Because here's the good thing. They got Jalen Ramsey with Darius Slay, Joey Porter Jr., and this is going to be a great secondary. But then here come the trade details, and okay, Jonathan Smith goes to the Steelers, who we've been hearing rumors or reports that Jonathan Smith was going to get traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which we've been expecting that was going to happen. But then the Minka Fitzpatrick trade. Okay, he spent his 4 or 5 years with the Steelers. Of course, in 2019, he got traded from Miami to Pittsburgh. And now they get him back in Miami. What do you call a blockbuster trade when you send your best safety, in which if this didn't happen, we would have Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slayton, Joey Porter Jr., and Mika Fitzpatrick, and a TJ Watt, and this defense is cooked. But then you trade Mika now to Miami. So what does this mean for Pittsburgh's defense? Well, here's what I'm hearing also about TJ Watt. Multiple teams have tried trading for TJ Watt. And we're probably gonna be hearing this kind of conversation because yes, I don't believe TJ Watt is going anywhere. He's gonna get his money. He's gonna want to be the highest paid defensive player in football, and he knows he would earn this. He deserves to get an extension. But of course, they do send a 2027 fifth round pick to Miami, of course, to get some draft capital. For Miami, I'll give this I think it's a B minus because yes, you get Minka Fitzpatrick, but they don't have a tight end number one. And the situation with Jalen Ramsey was one of those. Yeah, they got to move on with him. Pittsburgh, I'll give it just a B plus. I mean, I know they got Jalen Ramsey, I know they got Jonnu Smith, but they give up Minka Fitzpatrick in this trade to get Jalen Ramsey. It's going to be a lot of questions in Pittsburgh's safety help, and they're going to look at free agency, of course. Justin Simmons, Julian Blackmon, Marcus Williams. Those are safeties that are still available. So Pittsburgh is going to look at that free agency market and go, oh, there's Justin Simmons there. He's still available. Oh, Julian Blackmon, he's still available. But I'll give him a B plus. And it's just that they give up Minka Fitzpatrick in this trade. We'll see where it goes, but Jalen Ramsey is a Pittsburgh Steeler, and Minka Fitzpatrick heads back to the team that drafted him in 2018 to Miami. Let's go to college football, and Texas State is joining the Pac 12 as a football member in 2026. Welcome to the Pac 12. We've been hearing, of course, the reports that Texas State is expecting to accept this offer, and now they are joining the Pac 12, which is stacked up really good. Of course, you got Washington State, Oregon State, Colorado State, San Diego State. I'm trying to remember some teams. Texas State, Gonzaga, of course, in the mix, Boise State, and this is going to be a new year, 2026, when the Pac-12 begins a new era. So welcome, Texas State Bobcats, to the Pac-12. Let's go to Utah, and BYU's quarterback Jake Ripslager is facing a suspension, and he's plans to the transfer portal. Okay, and here's why the suspension. Though the suspension is he's been having this kind of I can't say that, but I'll say the S dot dot is lawsuit of course situation there. But he's now going to the transfer portal, and this might have been way too late. Or unless there's some other teams like maybe Tennessee could look for a quarterback. Maybe you can look at South Alabama, who they need a new quarterback. Or maybe you could go to the Tar Heels. Wherever you want to go. All right. This is the segment we're going to have a lot of conversations with. So stay tuned. Let's go to the NBA. The Clippers are retaining Nicholas Batum with a 2-year, $11.5 million deal. Ty Jerome from the Cleveland Cavaliers is joining the Grizzlies on a 3-year, $28 million deal. The Clippers also signed former Milwaukee Bucks center Brook Lopez to a 2-year, $18 million deal. Fascinating move. Great move for them also because he is going to be with alongside James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. They need some defensive help, and Lopez could deliver that in the City of Angels. The Rockets have signed Dorian Finney-Smith to a 4-year, $53 million deal. And this is an interesting signing. A lot of people were talk about this signing because I think I mentioned it yesterday that he's not coming back to the Lakers, and now he's going to join Kevin Durant and the Rockets, and the Rockets are winning the offseason so far this year. From Houston to Dallas, the Mavericks land D'Angelo Russell on a 2-year, $13 million deal. He will join, of course, Cooper Flagg, hopefully a healthy Kyrie Irving, but he gets to reunite with Anthony Davis, who he knows him really well with the Lakers, of course. So it's a great reunion, and he's going to be alongside a great coach in Jason Kidd. The Hawks, over the past weeks, they've been making moves, and this is a big one. They agreed to sign a 4-year, $62 million deal on Nicole Alexander-Walker in a sign and trade deal. Now, they are going to send a 2027 second-round pick to the Minnesota Timberwolves as part of the sign and trade. So the Hawks are trying to show everyone in the East they could be the legitimate threat in the East. But I still don't count out. I'm not counting out the Knicks, Celtics, Pacers, Bucks, because they're still good teams. So not counting them out, despite it's a wide open East. Grizzlies, Jarrett Jackson Jr. agrees on a new year, 5-year, $240 million extension. And my goodness, big man gets a big signing right there for 5 years, $240 million deal. From Memphis to Denver, and this is a surprise, the Nuggets are trading Michael Porter Jr., an unprotected 2032 first-round pick, to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Johnson. So Cam Johnson is going to join Nikola Jokic in Denver, while Michael Porter Jr. will be joining to Brooklyn. But here's what I will say. Unless they do cut him and he's a free agent, he can sign wherever he wants. That's my theory. Here on the other side is we're hearing, of course, the Nuggets are signing forward Bruce Brown on a 1-year contract. If you remember Bruce Brown, of course, he was part of their championship team. They let him go to free agency, and it was not been that kind of a work for Bruce Brown. And now he's coming back to Denver, and we'll hope to bring back a championship back to Denver. The Pelicans are signing Warrior center Kevon Looney to a 2-year, $16 million deal. Spurs are signing center Luke Cornett from the Celtics to a 4-year, $41 million deal. And in another news, we're hearing also Dennis Schroeder, who was, of course, played really well with the Nets, traded to the Warriors. Then from the Warriors to then we thought it was going to be the Jazz, but then he left to join the Pistons. Now he is going to the Sacramento Kings. No deal details as of now, but Dennis Schroeder is heading to the Sacramento Kings. Let's go to college basketball. EA Sports is reviving college football video game franchise. And this is a massive news for the video games. For those who play video games just like me, this is massive. They have not have done a college basketball video game since the NCAA College Basketball 2010 version. And we're probably hearing that the title would be EA College Basketball because, of course, they don't have the license for NCAA, but they'll probably have that in the game. But here's the only issue. I'm also hearing that it could be releasing in 2028. So we have 3 years left, or unless they will try to make it in 2027. But that is what I'm hearing right now. But the big news, they're bringing back college basketball into the video game. And in NHL, let's wrap this up with NHL. We got a bunch of free agents news. Aaron Iqbal links an 8-year, $48.8 million extension with the Panthers. Evan Bernhardt signing a 4-year, $42 million extension with the Oilers. Brad Marchand, who we've been hearing about him as a top free agent, he is staying in Florida with the Panthers on a 6-year, $31.5 million extension. The Golden Knights have landed right winger Mitch Morin on an 8-year, $96 million contract in a sign and trade with the Maple Leafs, and a massive pickup for the Vegas Golden Knights, who are trying to get back to Stanley Cup champions, but also try to show the West they are the best team in the West. Ian Perkovich signing a 7-year, $59.5 million contract from the Columbus Blue Jackets, who is going to stay there. And Patrick Kane signing a 1-year contract with the Detroit Red Wings. And that is it for sports news. But again, this is the latest update as of right now. So if you hear like Russell Westbrook going to the Knicks or Russell Westbrook to the Kings or something going on the NHL, I will probably post those videos maybe tomorrow, sometime, wherever it goes. But I'll leave that to you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hello there. If you haven't seen my other sports videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.